it finally snowed last night for the first time this entire winter, and I was so looking forward to it. Mostly, well, I mean, I love snow, but mostly because I was looking forward to not being a horrible, muddy mess on this farm. But it's now just all melted, and it's even worse than it was before. So the rabbits are completely flooded, and the garden is flooded. It's just a bit miserable, if you ask me. However, these are the benefits of not having minus 30 or whatever it is in the States this time of year, so I should be grateful.
Okay.
So I had to come inside because it started to hail and rain. And I think that the weather is supposed to be like that pretty much for the next week or so. So yeah, lots of indoor things on the cards over the next few days. Today is actually the day that I make butter. We make butter, you know, once or twice a week. It just kind of depends on what other cheeses and things I'm making and whether or not I need the cream for anything. And the way that we make butter is we use a mix of cultured cream. So I'll skim off cream in my cream separator. That you saw in one of the earlier videos, where I'll use a ladle and just separate it off the top. You can see the cream line just there. And then some of it I leave on the counter for a few days to culture. Because raw milk has its own bacteria and things, it kind of will culture on its own, similar to yogurt. And then we mix it with some fresh cream as well, because the kids, while they like cultured butter, you know, they like a little bit less cultured than maybe my taste would be, which is almost cheese. So yeah, we find a mix works. I tend to do about a liter of cream at a time, and we're still really new into our milking, so I can't tell you like we get a liter of cream, you know, after a certain amount of time, but generally speaking, it's like 5 days I can get a liter of cream off of the cow. And again, that's if I'm not making a bunch of other cheeses. We've fallen into a really good routine with our cheese though, so that I take the cream off, and then most of the time we're making crowdy, which is a soft Scottish cheese that I'll post a recipe for sometime in the future. And then butter. And you know, butter is really why we got the cow, or one of the main reasons, because goat's milk doesn't have the cream doesn't separate as easy from goat's milk, and our goats in particular don't particularly have creamy milk. Their butter fat percentage is usually around average 2 or 3%, whereas a Jersey cow will have upwards of 6%, I think. Yeah, so a lot more butter comes out of, and a lot more cream comes out of a Jersey cow, also just more milk. Yeah, so we just mix up the butter in our KitchenAid, mix it until it first goes through whipped cream and then it separates into butter and buttermilk. And then we save the buttermilk for things like scones or chicken. But yeah, butter is definitely one of the biggest perks of a Jersey cow. And when the weather is miserable and you can't really be outside, because if we walk on the grass, we will sink into a sinkhole. Yeah, you might as well do stuff to put away for the winter. I always have this sort of plan to freeze the butter, but I never get around to it. So yeah, that's today, that's this week, and yeah, have a good one.